On World Cafe, that's Duckwrth with Grayscale from his new album, All American Fboy. I'm Raina Douris. Duckwrth is my guest today. Welcome to the World Cafe.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be a real test for me as an NPR host today, because obviously the title of the album isn't All American Fboy. You know what it stands for. Or if you don't, I mean, for those listening, I thought a good place to start might be, could you explain, give us a quick definition of what an Fboy is? What does that mean?
Well, I feel like we live in very much a patriarchal society, so I can see why it would be more on the boy side or on the male side, but just a man who just juggles women pretty much and does certain things like ghost or gaslight, or even in the realms of like infidelity, but just pretty much doing anything possible just to please himself and not really being empathetic to their counterpart.
And so is that a term that you would use to describe your past self?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Not like purposely, but I definitely have, because, you know, like as men, when we do that, we're like praised and admired and rewarded, you know? So it's like you don't really feel like you have to change your ways until like all your girlfriends be like, yo, like you're wilding. And then you kind of figure it out. Yeah.
Well, we meet that sort of Fboy version of you at the beginning of the album. The album is split into chapters. I think there's 3 main chapters. There's sort of a 4th one that comes in near the end. Could you give us the overview of what each chapter deals with?
Yeah, the first one is an introduction to the Fboy, if you will. And that's just like dropping you in a river and you're getting like a firsthand account of just his like internal thoughts, or excuse me, my internal thoughts.
Right, it's a true
at
story.
that time. Yeah. But like kind of done from this character I created called Vice, and Vice is like if a truth serum was injected in me, you know, say all the things that like I would never ever say to save face, like what would be those things that are like circulating in my mind. And like it's a lot of pride and ego. I think one of the lines is I still love you, but I'm in love with myself and I don't need anybody's help.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, that's just such a egotistical thing to say, but also a lot of people will probably say that, you know, out of pride. It's just, I don't need anybody's help. I love you, but I love myself more, so I'm good.
Yeah, it's sort of a self-preservation-y pride kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Why did you want to divide the album up into chapters?
Because I wanted it to feel like I wanted to feel like a story or like a narrative, you know, or a movie. And some of my favorite albums to me have felt like I'm watching a film, you know, from like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, or The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. Like it's just all these like crazy stories. So I was like, separating them into chapters feel like a very classic way of doing that.
Yeah, I want to dig into that a little more in a little bit, but we're going to hear a song from the first chapter, Fell Off the Earth. It seems like you're ghosting someone in this song. How does it fit into the narrative of the album?
That's funny. You hit the nail on the head, because literally Fell Off the Earth is like the most cutest, kindest way of saying that you're ghosting. Like this is the type of song that you can like sing to your children. And it feels good, but it's literally about ghosting. Like, you think I'm far, I'll be back soon. Another day fell off the earth and landed on the moon.
That sounds nice.
It sounds really nice. It sounds so
You don't sound like you're being a jerk at all.
And that's what I like about like music within itself, is you can tell so many stories and it can be like something that people love to sing, but you're really talking about some deep issues.
Here's Fell Off the Earth. It's Duckwrth on World Cafe.
Hey, little baby, I don't mean to make it worse. I've been ghosting like October 31st. I'm just trying to get the bag and go berserk, circle. When you call me up, I'll be at work. I might catch a vibe and get immersed. And if I catch a wave, then I'ma surf. You think I'm at the club getting twerked on? Hell nah, paranoid confessions. You think I'm fine? I'll be back soon. Another day fell off the earth, landed on the moon. Over took off. Dirt on my name, dust that off. Cashing you while you went shopping at Ross. Whole lot of dip on your chip, that's sauce. Sandro Pay, London the mall. Living that life and you know what that costs. Hundreds, a $1,000, a milli, four. Who got all the pies, yeah, when they gon' divide it? I'ma need a slice and a rider that beside me. Peaches in my pies, yeah, that's so appetizing. You want that product first, then I gotta get to work, yeah. You think I'm far? I'll be back soon. Another day fell off the earth and landed on the moon. Fell off the earth and landed on the moon. Drop off the face of the earth. I've got my face in the dirt. I'm out of place in the earth. Leaving you. Drop off the face of the earth. I got my face in the work. I'm out in space just for her. You think I'm far? You think I'm far? I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon. Another day. Fell off the earth and landed on the moon. Fell off the earth and landed on the moon.
That is Duckwrth with Fell Off the Earth on World Cafe. I'm Raina Douris, joined by Duckwrth, and I think I can hear a bit of a Radiohead influence in that song. And I know that they're a favorite band of yours. What is it that you love about Radiohead?
As a band, they just are limitless. They started off more in like the alt rock. As time went on, they became more electronic and they became more minimal. And then they just started to just experiment so much. And as like just seeing a duration of a group within itself, it's just inspiring to want to continue in a pursuit of innovation. And I think that's what Radiohead did. And then Tom York, he's just one ball of emotions.
Yeah.
Like he hates everything. He literally despises the whole world.
But in a beautiful
In the most beautiful way. Like literally, and you can hear it in his music so much, like his level of disgust with this world. But yeah, I just like because he's just super vulnerable. All he knows is like, I don't even know what his sign is. He feels like a triple Pisces.
We should look that up.
Literally.
I wonder. We'll get one of our producers can go look up what sign Tom York is and get back to us.
Yes.
In this album, I know you went more like alt rock, in more of an alt rock direction than you have in the past.
Yeah.
Why was that the direction you were interested in going in for this record?
I think I had to just find my original self again. And when I was like 17, I was listening to like Zeppelin and Hendrix and Casualties and I think Bad Brains, or maybe Bad Brains came later. And a lot of those sounds kind of changed my direction and path in life. I mean, it kind of created like I keep saying a soundtrack, but it really is. It's a soundtrack to my rebellion. So I think I had to kind of find my original self again. And there's something about just the rock sound that it just feels so like, it's just like a fire, like a fire that's constantly stirring, you know? And you can choose to like, it's like a volcano, you know? It's like rumbling, and then you can choose to like explode, or like just everybody around can feel the impending doom.
Yeah, but I mean, like you were saying about Radiohead, I mean, there's also a vulnerability that you can maybe get at when you're using those sounds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's gonna pull it out of me for sure. One of my favorite, I guess, rock songs is Killing in the Name Of, which is like the first song that blew up Rage Against the Machine. And he says 3 different phrases throughout the whole record. And it's so powerful. Like, literally, I don't know if there's any song that, maybe like Roy Ayers, Everybody Loves Sunshine or something, but like, it's literally just 3 phrases, and it's insane.
I'm going to play that right now. Here's Killing in the Name Of, Rage Against the Machine, World Cafe.
Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told you. 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 And 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 now you do what they told you.
You just heard a bit of Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of. It's World Cafe. I'm here with Duckwrth today. We just found out that Tom York is a Libra.
With a Scorpio rising.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, well, the Scorpio rising makes sense. The Libra, no, but okay, cool. But maybe his balance is like he rages on wax and then in regular life he just walks his dog.
I feel like I should know this from doing my research, but what are you?
Me? I'm a double Taurus with a Scorpio rising.
Interesting.
So I guess we have the same in this.
Yeah, so there you go. There's something in there.
I don't know if I give mysterious.
A little.
Maybe. Yeah?
I think so.
Oh, fair enough.
I hardly know you at this point, but
Well, this is true.
maybe. Before you were Duckworth, you went to art school for a bit.
Yeah.
What were you thinking your future was going to look like at that point?
Funny enough, I started rapping in college, so I kind of knew that I was going to be doing like music and graphic design since like second year of college. Yeah. But, and I knew it was, I don't know, I just knew I'd live like an artsy adulthood and travel the world. Yeah.
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 I mean, you bring your visuals into your music a lot. There are two versions of you that appear in the videos. There's one where you're wearing kind of spiky jewelry, you have an afro, you've got these black stars painted over your eyes. And then there's the other version that has cornrows and like a white undershirt. Tell us about those characters and what they represent.
Yeah. So regular version with the cornrows and the wife pleaser. That's me. That's Duckwrth, and that was a version of me that was saving face and pretty much trying to give this like, oh, like I'm a very wholesome like boyfriend, you know, and hidden was this whole other lifestyle and this whole other like menacing like way of thinking. And I think that's what Vice is, the one who is in the blue with the horn stars and the afro and stuff. And he's just much more belligerent, you know. And he comes out when Duckwrth was drunk or when Duckwrth was like super lustful or just like receiving like validation from whichever and whomever, like that side comes out. And that side's always there, you know?
Yeah, he's still in there.
He's still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here now.
He's here now.
He's here
I mean,
now.
I feel like your outfit right now is kind of a combination of both of those people, so it sort of makes sense.
So the goal was, instead of denying Vice, and I think that's what happens when you suppress that, and that is a part of me, that's the truth. I think it I don't know, it kind of ruptures the sides and it cracks and it breaks, and now you like break the whole structure. So I think instead I just accept that Scorpio darkness, and it's cool. Now we can have conversations, and then like I can be like, Vice, like chill out, bro. Like this is not necessary. You don't need to go that direction. You don't need pleasure right now. I need to focus.
Right.
You know, like we'll have time for that. You know, and also I'm single. You know, so I don't feel like. At that time, I was in like a quote unquote like polyamorous relationship, but I wasn't honest about different experiences I have with different people. So I would have to come back to my partner and admit those things, and that dishonesty like broke the trust in our relationship. So it's like since then I've dated like how do you say it? I've dated a little bit.
Sure.
But as far as taking a relationship serious, I think I still need to really work on myself and like really find that balance between Duckwrth, or my real name is Jared. Yeah. Jared and Vice, quote unquote.
I mean, I feel like it's the kind of thing that no one ever finishes working on.
Yeah, definitely. Because like even for me, I would say my pleasures is like my addiction. Like I don't do drugs or anything. I don't drink, but like validation, attention, like stimulation, that is my hardcore addiction, you know?
Yeah.
And I have to like take it as serious as if I was addicted to a drug. It is a drug, but I have to take it serious as if I'm trying to wing off of feeling the blank of this drug.
What do you do for yourself instead if you're like trying to not give into that stuff?
Now I've been, sound like such a bro. Now I've been working out. I've been like working
There
out.
are way worse things you could have said there.
Yeah, no, literally. But I feel like I'm in the gym. Like, I feel like that guy. But I would say, like, I feel like being in the gym or just working out, it gives me that adrenaline rush. Something about the pain, it like satisfies vice in that sense where it's just, and there's like reward to it. I think a lot of like things of stimulation, dopamine, all that stuff, even like social media, there's the reward to it, you know? So the reward for me being in the gym is better endurance, better stamina, better body, like healthier. I don't know, it's so much that I receive from it. So that's been my thing as of recently. I'm trying to find more substitutes. It's hard, honestly, because once again, it's an addiction. So, but I think that the more substitute I can find, the healthier exchange I can have with it. Yeah.
Let me quickly reintroduce you. I'm talking to Duckwrth on World Cafe. His new album is called All American Fboy. Throughout this album, you know, there are chapters. There's also narration from the actor Lakeith Stanfield. I do want to play the track Hedonism that Lakeith does. Here's Hedonism from Duckwrth's new album.
As our story continues, our protagonist finds himself leaving the party, drunk, again. This time with a racially ambiguous woman on his right arm, doing the bar crawl like some infectious dance craze. He could have ended the night hours ago, but the combination of lust and ego tends to subdue rational decision-making. His consciousness whispers, but he didn't listen.
Hedonism, that's Lakeith Stanfield. He's the narrator for Duckwrth's album, All American Fboy. This is World Cafe. And that clip kind of ends chapter 2. And then you go into chapter 3. And things do get a little more introspective and a little bit more confessional. And you seem to see the consequences of your actions or decide maybe it's time to make a change. Could you talk about that shift a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, okay, there was a moment in my dealings where it's kind of when I got past the guilt portion of it, because even the guilt can be a bit like victimizing, you know? And it's like you're still not thinking about the other person. So I had guilt that I felt guilt. And I was like, okay. And I was talking to my therapist, and pretty much the synopsis was go deeper, more inward, you know, and figure out what are the earlier. It's always like the same thing with therapy, just what happened in your childhood. It's so crazy that your adulthood is always reflective of your childhood, always. So in those experiences, like of being a child and like my mom and my dad's relationship and my like dad cheating on my mom, and that being like the first examples of a relationship, I understood that it created this level of like fear of commitment, and not just like a general fear of commitment. I think I mainly just feared becoming like my father.
Yeah.
Also, like it also created a lack of trust in men in general.
Really?
And so I primarily have a lot of like female relationships in my adulthood, and I was struggling with keeping some of those relationships platonic, you know, because I mean it's natural, men and women, you know. So now I'm better.
All better, nothing's wrong now. Everything's
I'm
perfect.
keeping like better platonic relationships with women, but yeah, as a straight man who has a lot of female relationships, I feel like that was my issue at the time. But it was hard for me to connect with men, and that stemming back to once again not being able to trust men and stuff. So I think that like third half of the album is trying to find like where it started, you know?
Yeah. I'm talking to Duckwrth on World Cafe. You put a lot of things out there on this album. You're very open on it. And you talk about things that maybe people might not want to be totally open about. Yeah. Were you scared at all to write so honestly?
Yes, to this day, still, you know? it's I'm gonna say scary. It's just like it's nerve-wracking. It's because I'm like putting all my internal work like out there to be judged. Something that I'm still not over. Still something I'm still working through. Maybe if I was like talking about this at 65, I could be like, oh yeah, that was like me at that time, you know?
Right.
You know, but it's something I'm still working through. So like within that, like critique of that can still in some ways like sway my growth. But like even within that, I have to keep the blinders on and stay focused, you know? But I would say in this process, I've been learning so much, like the pleasures and stimulation being some bit of a drug for me. That's like a realization I had 2 weeks ago, you know?
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, I think ever since I've dropped this album, it's just been like, oh man, the revelations have been coming left and right. But I think it's because I've been having so many conversations, either with audience or with people, interviews, like, it's been really cool, honestly.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because it is different. You can put a record out, you can perform the music on that record. Mm-hmm. There's still sort of a space between you and that content because it's a performance. But when you sit down to talk to somebody like me, you kind of have to deal with it in a different way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Have any of the women that you sing about on this, have any of them reached out to you and been like, hey?
Any woman who I involved in this album, I let them know ahead of time.
Oh, that's good.
I don't really like surprises like that.
Yeah.
It was just like we had like actual conversations, and like one of them particularly, I don't know if it was like a sense of like asking permission, but it was like I told her and I just let her sit with it and waited for her response. And at first it was like a hell no, like a thorough like no. But I think us conversing and talking about the purpose that this will have, she understood it. And then she was there throughout the rest of the whole creation of the album.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to finish off with one of the last songs on the album, the song I'm Really Changing, which I think is a nice place to leave this. What can you tell us about this point in the record and what this song's about?
This record is like, it's really good. It's just hella funny to me because it's like, you can hear it in the verses that like, this is no perfect film where it's just like, I don't know, prancing into the sunset. It's like me in this moment, I'm changing, but you can still hear me like falling and like me making mistakes, but I'm changing, you know? Yeah. But what I also like about it is, cool, I'm in therapy, cool, like I'm doing the work. It's not like I did the work and now I get the girl back. At the end of the album or film, she's like, nah, figure that out. I'm good off you. And I like that it ends that way, because then it's like, now I don't have a place to, like, I have to look at myself. I have to like do the work, you know? Yeah. So, but I love I'm Really Changing because it's like this, fun dichotomy of accountability and being a dumbass.
I love that as a place to leave it. This is I'm Really Changing. It's Duckwrth on World Cafe.
Yeah, lately, you get me so high. I'm really changing, really changing. Stopped and started, and it's alright. I'm really changing, really changing.
Okay. I know I was a dog, can't out without the muzzle. My heart was in the streets, I tend to thrive in trouble. But know that I've been changing, I'm even meditating. I get so deep in my breathing, I may start levitating. Just to see what I'm on. You can have the password to my iPhone. You can check my DMs. But I'm newly changed, so don't check last weekend. Baby, but we're sneaking. But I'm begging and pleading at your front door. Listing the reasons why we should explore. The ups, the downs, the smiles, the frowns. Now tell me if you like how that sounds. First attempt, didn't hit the mark. I'm like a blind cupid, trying to throw some darts. I put a big old target on your big old heart. I wrote the sweetest song to you, it sounded like a fart. That silly flatulence slipping out on the accident. Truthfully, I be missing this making love ever passionate. Booty clapping like choirs and tabernacles on Nazareth. Hopping up out that kitty got me staggering. But I'm begging and bleeding at your front door, listing the reasons why we should explore the ups, the downs, the smiles, the frowns. Now tell me if you like it, that sounds.
Lately, you get me so high. I'm really changing, really changing. Stop and starting, and it's alright. I'm really changing, really changing.
I wanna make you say, I wanna make you say, ain't gotta be today, but I really wanna make you say.
Lately, you get me so high. I'm really changing, really changing. Something started, and it's alright. I'm really changing, really changing.
On World Cafe, that was Duckwrth, I'm Really Changing. It's from his album All American Fboy. Duckwrth has been my guest today, and it's been so much fun talking to you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the music.
Yeah, thank you for the great questions.
I'm Raina Douris, back in a moment with more World Cafe.